Welcome to the Typical Skeptic Podcast, where we dive deep, you decide. Questioning the matrix from UFOs, where the shadows are known reside. Rob Khalil busting myths like ghosts in the night. Paranormal pros, secret space ops, yo, we keep it real, no fright. Typical skeptical, seeking, never sleeping on the lies. Aliens, Anunnaki, black ops in disguise. From abductions to ancient scripts, we flip the script wide. TSP style, mile after mile, truth can't hide. Hold up, TSP crew assemble, we dismantle the fable. My lab's targeted souls breaking out of the stable. Dogman howling, Bigfoot prowling, cryptids in the mist. Mandela the fifth twist in reality, can't resist the twist. Soul trap snapping, reincarnation mapping, holographic dreams. Near-death visions, out-of-body missions, waking up the teams. No censorship here, we fear no elite scheme. Conspiracy kings ringing bells, hear the freedom ring. Skeptical seeking, never sleeping on the lies. Extraterrestrials, interdimensional highs.
Welcome to Typical Skeptic Podcast. Be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Welcome to Typical Skeptic.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Typical Skeptic Podcast. I'm really excited about my guest tonight. We have only one show tonight. I was kind of trying to take it easy a little bit, because it's been a busy few days, but I'm really excited because this will be like just a fun night of readings with Joanna LeBlanc. I wrote tonight, returning guest, an absolute fan favorite. Joanna LeBlanc joins this Typical Skeptic Podcast for a special night of live multidimensional tarot. Joanna is a multidimensional tarot reader and energy work practitioner, certified in emotion code and body code. Her intuitive approach explores the energetic patterns, hidden influences, spiritual lessons, and multidimensional forces surrounding our lives. Tonight's conversation will include multidimensional tarot, spiritual insight, current energies, and live readings for members of the audience. Bring your questions and join us live for the chat. And as always, you can donate and I want to support Joanna too. So it'll go to both of us. So definitely donate. I'll put the links in the chat. I'll copy that now. And I'm bringing her to the stage momentarily here. Just copying this real quick. And yeah, I'm really excited about this. And Joanna, thanks so much for coming back on. How are you?
Yes, I'm great. I knew that you were tired and that I was like, oh, I should tell him we could do this another day, but he's taking the day off because I noticed you didn't have any other.
No, it's like I said this the other day. Like if I make it to the show, I'm good. Like it's just like me getting me here, But like once I'm here, I always have fun,
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me on. I'm excited to be here. Excited to pull cards and yeah.
I'd say after doing like 2,700 and I think this is 2,786 shows, it's like, it's a lot,
I was gonna say, what do you do when you're so tired and I guess like you're so used to it and seasoned and stuff that like you could just show up and you're good to go, but it's hard. You got to show up with some energy and
Yeah, like look at here's Anchor Haven in the chat. She says she's going to bed because she's in London. So she's over in or she's actually a Scouser. She's in what is it called? Where the Scousers are from.
I've caught her live a few times when I'm up at like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun to catch her on there.
So for the audience who might have not seen you before, tell the audience a little bit about yourself and what people can expect tonight.
Yeah, so let's see. I've been doing energy work. Really, the emotion code and the body code is what I'm certified in, and I've been doing that, oh goodness, 12, 13 years. And I really got into energy work about 10, 11, 12 years ago. I can't remember. When I had my first daughter, and around that time, I listened to this. It doesn't really matter what it was. It was just someone's NDE story, right? And
Yeah.
like they had an NDE, they shared their story, they wrote a book about it, and I was listening to they were basically like talking about it on a podcast. And something about that, like completely, that was 2013, completely like, I don't want to say woke me up because I think like when people have any kind of awakening, there it's kind of like in layers or steps, you know what I mean? Because it's not like,
Yeah.
oh, I woke up and now I know everything going on. Um, they talked about like future events they saw, which, you know, a lot of people believe is happening now and could happen in the future. Well, that person was an energy work practitioner, and that's when I first heard of this. But really, I got very into emergency preparedness, grew up Mormon. If you know anything about Mormons, we are very, very much like into, well, I don't go to church anymore. I wouldn't call myself
You know what
Mormon
someone
anymore,
told
but
me? Someone messaged me the other day because I was complaining about the entities or whatever, like I told you about before the show. And
yeah.
someone told me, they're like, dude, they're like, you need to get a hold of someone from the Mormon church. They're like, they put on the armor of God like no one else, because like someone was telling me that like you have to put on the armor of God. They said like the Mormons really like suit up the armor of God, and they like he said like if anybody can clear you, it's a Mormon can. Would you agree
Um,
with that, or do you think that person was off, or like what do you think?
um,
Like,
well, it depends on the person. I wouldn't say just because they were Mormon.
yeah,
Now,
right.
they may have that belief, and so that enables them to do some really, you know, energetic wise, some really great things. And I mean, I do believe that there's a higher power that can help us with all of that. Anytime I do a session, I do ask for help from a higher power, from those people's guides, you know, like,
Yeah,
um, but I don't know. I don't think it has to do with being Mormon. I
yeah.
think it just has to do with a belief system in yourself. Because if you say, you know, they're putting on the armor of God, well, they have this belief in themselves and that they are also being assisted by a higher power, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So,
So maybe it's just their level of some of the people there, their level of spirituality. But you have the same with the Tibetan Buddhist, a Christian, a
yeah, I'd
Jew, a
say their level
Muslim.
of
You know.
self, yeah, their level of self-belief. I mean, energy work to me is all about intention and your beliefs, right? And
Yeah,
it's thought energy. And but anyway, so like to me, energy work kind of came naturally when I'm going down this rabbit hole of like emergency preparedness, and I realized like there's really no like anything physical can be taken away, right? I can store all these medicines, I can learn how to use them, I can learn how to do things myself, but like to be able to heal yourself, to be able to work on yourself. And now I realize it's really like a daily, not, I say daily, it's like a something you have to be doing kind of all the time. It's like energetic hygiene. But
yeah.
anyway, so I would say that experience kind of like really got me into energy work. And um like gosh, four
I
years
got a good
ago I
question
got
for you.
yeah.
No, sorry. No, go ahead.
I
Finish
was
your
gonna
thought.
say
I'll ask you.
4 years I got divorced. 4 years ago I got divorced, and that's when I was really able to do energy work more. And that's when I got into tarot. Like 4 years ago, it was like that. All of a sudden, I was like, I have to find out what this is. Like I like became obsessed with it all of a sudden.
Yeah,
I'd never even heard of tarot. And then I found oh gosh, during the pandemic, I found Matthew on YouTube. So I'd been following him, and I saw that he was offering a class, and I did his class probably about 3 years ago, which I loved and highly recommend. And if you do energy work, for me, tarot makes sense. You know, it's just another way to read energy, you know.
yeah, yeah. What I was going to ask you was, are you at that point where you're able to work on yourself now energetically as well? Like, because I think
Oh
you
yeah,
really have to be.
I
Yeah,
started working on myself. So that's for years I worked on myself, I worked on family members, I worked on friends, got certified, started having clients. Um, so yeah, and everything I do is distance. I almost feel like it. I've actually, no, that's not true. I have worked on some people like in person, and I actually feel like it's better distance. It's like they're, I don't know, having their physical presence not there enables me to like tap into their energy a lot easier.
yeah.
But yeah, I think I've been working on myself for years and years. And I do go to practitioners. I do, every now. I used to go a lot, but
Yeah.
I don't go as much anymore. But yeah, there's lots of times I need help. And sometimes it's just hard to work on yourself. So I think it's important to do work on yourself, but also realize when you need help from somebody else. And there's a lot of amazing, I don't know what to call energy work practitioners. Everyone has different ways of doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I guess like if anybody would like a reading, just put your name in the chat. Like you don't have to donate. It's not obligated. It's just, appreciated. That's all. Like, and just put your name in the chat if you want a reading. Do you want to start off with me? Like,
Yeah.
I'll always take a reading. Like,
I think we did love last time.
yeah. Okay. Let's do
We
business
could
this
do
time.
general or we could do regarding your work, unless you have a question about something. I mean, I don't know. We could try to look into what's going on with you. Could
I
be
mean, if you
anything.
think that'd be interesting, but like, yeah, that we could do that for sure. Like, let's okay, let's do that because it'll be interesting to see what comes up.
Okay. All right. So let's see. All right. So all those assisting Rob. Yeah, his timeline for his good.
But like as you can
Tell
see,
us.
like I was trying to tell someone else, like I'm obviously still like completely myself. Like I'm not like in need of an exorcism or something. All
Yeah.
it is I feel like an energy attached to me at different times, and like I don't
Yeah.
like it. It feels annoying. You know what I mean? And I was telling someone, no, I don't want to get into what happened, but like, I'm feeling a lot better. Well, for because I don't know who's
Yeah.
out there sending this shit. You know what I mean? So I you know what I mean. Yeah.
Well, I would say, okay, I did actually kind of pull a card when we were talking about it, and I saw the Emperor. But let's pull another card. I do feel like when you talk about it, I feel like it is important for you to figure it out, and not that you can't get help from other people. Like, obviously, you had a lot of opinions from other people, right?
Yeah.
And you had a lot of people work on you. And I think that there's something about this that is gonna, or is an opportunity for you to, it's so corny to say that. I was going to say step into your, what is that corny phrase?
Power.
Step into your power. That's so corny. But actually, look what came out. Okay, so this is like, I take this card, this is Six of Cups, as kind of like healing the inner child. So I feel like there's some kind of work that like you have an opportunity to work on yourself somehow, and like this somehow is, hold on, let me grab another card here. Oh, okay, interesting. So yeah, so this is, to me, is the card of like healing the inner child, an opportunity for that. So obviously this has something to do with an opportunity for you to heal yourself on some level. Okay, this is interesting that this card came out. This is Three of Wands, and this is really the only card I take for any kind of like timeline. Like people always want to know, well, when this, when that. This actually is like a few months, or I think it's like 3 months or less. Like, let's say 3 months, give or take. It could be less. So maybe concerning this, something, it's just like when you talk about it, I feel like you do have a pretty good grasp on what's going on. And I think you need to look into it further yourself. Does that make sense? Like you've reached out to a lot of people, but I feel like somehow again, like kind of corny to say, but it's like the answer is inside of you and you have to find it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's not really like a fun answer because it doesn't tell you what to do, but I would just say from everything you've told me, like, anyone could do sessions on you and it can help, but it's like you need to learn how to either get to a point to where things can't like attach as easily, or you learn how to get rid of them faster or something. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like developing a skill or something that you probably have inside of you and it's almost like dormant or something, like you're not aware of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I feel like maybe this was partly to like wake me up to my abilities, because like I said, I told you this
Yes.
before the show, I've kind of learned how to move energy off me. I've learned how to send energy a little bit. Like I've never taken
Yeah.
classes or anything like that. I just like kind of like, I
So
don't
do
know,
you
like
feel
just,
like you've learned that since, like, as a result of this happening?
yeah, a little bit. Cause I had to, I mean, there were times where people couldn't help me and I had to kind of move the energy myself, but like it would take me forever to move the littlest bit of energy. Like I would like, I would have like to really, really focus. And it looks like my eyes start blinking and start going into a trance. And like, it looks funny, to be honest, like, but like, that's what it takes for me to like really, I have to really get focused and like really try to like move it off me. You know what I mean? But I can do it, but it takes a lot. Whereas I
Yeah.
know some people can just do it like that. You know what I mean? Like I'll just be like, "Hey, can you clear
Well,
me?" And they'll go,
yeah.
I mean, it's like weird. I don't.
Well, I think it's important. I just think it's so important nowadays, like with everything going on, like we need to learn how to develop our abilities, our psychic abilities, our physical, like energy work is just always has lined up with it's like emergency preparedness for me. So like 10, like I was saying, when like 10 years ago, I thought, oh my gosh, like all this stuff happening now, I thought was going to be going on then.
Yeah,
But so it's interesting to see where we are now. I'm like, oh my goodness. And I think it's important for people to, a lot of people are realizing, oh, they need to, physically be more prepared in their lives. But what about, what about like spiritually? What about energetically? What about emotionally? I mean, a lot of it is emotions. I can't even tell you when I do sessions, like, I want to say like 80 to almost 100% of the energy that is contributing to somebody's whatever, right, is emotional energy that has just accumulated. And I don't know, I'm just like, I think everyone needs to find whatever works for them. But, for help wise, there's lots of different people you can go to. But it's really important to be able to, you know, work on ourselves, clear our own energy, do what we can for ourselves, you
yeah,
know.
yeah. Because people aren't always gonna be there, right? Like, and you gotta, and like, I think
Well,
part of
it's
this,
just
like,
like if you're more like if you're like think about if everybody is stronger and more sovereign and more like then
absolutely,
we're not as easily to take advantage of. I mean, look at what's
yeah,
happening to people. Look at what's happened, It's
yep,
like so many weaklings out there. And I mean, I've been a major weakling at one point. I'm not like this amazingly strong person. Like I could definitely be a lot stronger, and I am working on myself. But like we have to work on ourselves. We have to deal with our own emotions. We have to deal with the stuff that's uncomfortable. It's not like, we have to make the better decisions. It's like everyday life stuff. Like you have to make the better choices every day. You have to work on yourself every day. Um, so that everything going on, it's like we can make, I don't know, we
did I ever
can.
tell you this? I had this theory. I have this theory that like everybody says like, and if you've watched my show, you might have heard me talk about this. Like, everybody says like we reincarnated into past lives, right? Like, well, I feel like I've reincarnated into this life, like where I've been Rob Khalil like many times, and like for whatever reason I keep messing up and I keep having to come back and like,
Oh my
or
gosh, that
I
is
don't know.
so crazy that you said that, because when you were talking earlier, I often will like pull cards when someone's talking and see what they're talking about. I don't always show you the cards that I pull. Let's say that. Okay, that is exactly this card. And this was the card I pulled for you. Like I pulled those two cards and then I was kind of like pulling some others as you were talking. That is exactly what this card is, Rob. It can be past life. Like you are here again. There is something you did not complete. You are like, you're kind of beat up. You're kind of like, it's rough, right? But you're back. You've learned all these things. You've collected all these wands. You've been in training. That is exactly what this card is. But I'm glad you said that because it makes sense as to
Whoa,
why
that's
that came
cool.
out.
Okay, I'll move to the next person. So the next person we have is and guys, put your name in the chat if you want a reading. And thank you, Joanna, Joanna Childs, and thank you, Joanna, for being here, Joanna LeBlanc, for doing readings tonight. But the next reading will be you, Joanna Childs. There's a
Okay.
Joanna in the chat too.
Yes,
Yeah.
I wonder if that's the Joanna I always see in your chat. I'm like, hey, second Joanna, is that you? Okay. Oh my gosh, this is my eyesight. Oh, I talked about this last time. Okay. Sorry, you guys are going to see me trying to focus here. All right, Nathan. So I'll take a reading on my timeline, please. Okay, so let's see. This is Nathan. Timeline. Tell me what Nathan needs to know regarding his timeline. What does Nathan need to know regarding his timeline? All right. All right, so I wonder if you have been feeling a little bit withdrawn lately. There may be a little bit of a underlying theme of going on in your life of overabundance of maybe emotions. I would say emotions because what's coming up for you first is the King of Cups. King of Cups is like has amazing depth, amazing emotional depth, right? But he's not always diving deep down into the water to kind of see all those emotions or figure out what they are, how to deal with them, or even express them or whatever. So you may have a lot going on. This is your kind of, we call it sometimes a hidden energy you may not be aware of. But the next card that came up is the Emperor. And if you're talking about a timeline, the Emperor is an opportunity to do things a little bit differently on your timeline. So I'm guessing that this would be you. I mean, it could be someone you're dealing with, but the Emperor is like, I mean, he is above a king. He is, you know, the one in charge. He is the one that people go to. Sometimes he gets stuck doing things the way he's always done them, like, oh, you know, I've always done it like this and it's always worked. And you may be at a timeline where the way you've been doing things, it's not cutting it anymore. Like you got to do something different. I love, so I took the class from Matthew and I love his explanation of this, which is like when you see, which I think we've experienced, like those of us that are 40 or older, it's like when you see your old classmates or like someone from the past and you're like, wow, you're still like wearing those clothes you used to wear like in high school or whatever. It's like it's not working for you. You need to reinvent yourself. You need to update something. That's the word I'm looking for. Like you need to update something and then you'll be, you know, more successful. If this is about a job, if this is just about, I don't know what area in your life, you'll have to figure that out. But I would say also going along with your hidden energy is the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups is, let's see, very empathic, very, so this is, you know, you had, it's interesting because you had King of Cups here and now we go to the Page of Cups. So maybe, you know, what's really key for you right now is to look at really how you can kind of get rid of that big emotion, like that big accumulation of emotions you have going on, and then figure out how you can express yourself. And I don't know, like I'm curious if you have a job or you have a talent or something where you're doing something artistic, but maybe that can be a way where you can kind of empty that cup that gets filled up really easily. So maybe for you, it's like those emotions seem to accumulate and accumulate, and it's like you got to learn how to dump it out. You know, you got to learn how to dump it out. You're probably picking up a lot of emotions from people around you, a lot of your own. And so if you can learn how to do that, and do something differently in your life in some area, then, you know, you'll go maybe from being so, well, I mean, he's not a bad character, but sometimes he could just be a little standoffish. So I think the Emperor is where he's almost like all of the kings. He's made up of all of their traits. And anyways, I hope that helps.
Okay,
Thank you,
that was an amazing reading. That was definitely like very very detailed. Like, okay, I'll
Yeah,
see who's next
I hope it
here.
resonates.
Uh, oh, okay, here we go. Oh, this was a super chat from Joanna Childs,
Oh,
and she
thank
says
you, Joanna. Yes.
she just says sunshine, but I don't know what she means by that. I don't know if she has a question
Hey,
or
Joanna, yeah, tell us if there's, I'm going to do general. I don't know what sunshine means. You can explain. I'm shuffling right now, so you have time. You can tell us a little bit more if that's like something specific you're wanting to know. But let's see. So for Joanna, all right, this is from Joanna. Her timeline. Target only. What message do you have for Joanna regarding what it is that she is wanting help with? Whether it's general, whether it's something I'm not aware of. Just a message for her, please. What is it that you want her to know? All right. Sorry. Seems like over shuffle. All right, Joanna. Joanna. So that's the card of moving on. But let's see. I like to pull 3 these days. Okay, this is interesting. I'm going to show you. So you've got the 10 of Wands, which, you know, sometimes can mean just like feeling overburdened. It's kind of like, it doesn't have to be really a bad or good thing, but it's kind of like you've accumulated your wands in this certain area and you're like, okay, like I'm going to go over there now. I got these wands and I'm kind of like done collecting these wands. You know, so it's some kind of movement. I mean, that's what wands are. So, and then you have the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. So that's really cool together. I mean, these could be 2 people in your life. I always wish I could talk to the people when I'm pulling these cards. But the Queen of Wands, so she is an amazing, I would say she's an amazing communicator. Like she it's almost like she can tell anybody anything and they're like, yeah, like they, you know, she could be telling them off, whatever, and they are completely in agreement with what she's saying. It's hard to come up against the Queen of Wands, but I'm wondering if you have been doing something and you're now feel like you're ready to be at this level with either how you're presenting yourself, how you're communicating with people, because this is also, it's not just what you say, it's like how you say it. And he is very much, so speaking of how you say it, the king of swords is very much about how you say things to him. And he can be a little bit protective of his heart, so he can be a little bit maybe emotionally closed off sometimes, or self-protective. You can see his arms crossed over his chest. But I don't know. This is interesting. I'm wondering if you are in a relationship and this is you and another person, or, you know, it could definitely be that. So maybe you're moving on to something. It feels like you're moving on to something. Like, I almost feel like this is you. Your hidden energy is Queen of Cups. So we have 3 court cards. So an energy you may not be aware of, and this can be you. I mean, you could definitely be more than one character, you know, have different characteristics of the different characters in tarot. But Queen of Cups is very intuitive. She's very intuitive. She may not always be so self-aware or want, maybe she is, but she doesn't really want to dive into what's going on with her. But she knows what's going on with other people. So maybe you're being called to express that. Maybe you're being called to talk about that, and maybe you're dealing with a certain person. I just feel like it's almost 2 people the way that it has come out. So anyways, I hope that that helps. I hope that that resonates.
Okay, let's see who's next here. Okay, well, I guess we'll have to wait a second.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah,
what
don't
does
feel
this
like you
mean?
guys have to donate, but
Yeah, I just, yeah, it's not required, guys. Just Joanna Wright says, can't wait till my son comes home in the Florida Keys diving for tons of. Oh, that's cool. Wow, that's awesome. I hope you guys get like some good lobster. You know, that's
oh, that is very cool. I wonder when your son comes home. Well, I'm just thinking because she got the traveling card, so I wonder if maybe that is him moving on and because like a lot of times when that Ten of Wands comes out like in traditional tarot, people will say, "Oh, you might be moving." It's like it is a travel card. So I don't know. Maybe that was representative of your son coming home or something.
Yeah.
So
What I wanted to ask you was, and we got someone who wants a reading, but I wanted to ask you about this real quick. Like you do like all phases of energy healing for people that don't know, and you guys can book with Joanna. She's a tarot reader. She's a multidimensional tarot reader. She's an energy work practitioner. She's certified in emotion code and body code. Well, you might have talked about this before, but I can't remember. What exactly is emotion code and body code? What's that mean?
so the motion code is we actually have a chart and it's I think a lot of the body code and emotion code does like originate from Chinese medicine. That's where the emotion code chart comes from. And it's basically a list of all these emotions. And actually, anyone can just go on Google and you can put emotion code chart. Okay. And how you can initially learn, which I don't think I think it's a good idea, maybe if you need to start, but to move away from, uh, what is it called? Muscle testing. So like that's how they taught us. It's like you muscle test, which is a way to get yes or no answers from yourself. But it's kind of hard because if you're dehydrated or other things can kind of interfere and not be so accurate. But if you have nothing and you want to start off, motion code basically is you're talking to your subconscious or some people might say your spirit, whatever. It's like we're talking to the subconscious mind, which it's like a record keeper. It's like a computer. It knows everything that has happened in your life. It knows why you're dealing with what you're dealing with. That's why I said the answer is inside of you. It's where we go to when we say, what is going on? What is behind this? So when I say earlier, there's a lot of emotional energy that contributes to like a lot of these things we deal with. I'm going to that chart and it's only so many emotions, and so like it might be a different emotion, but I'm going to tie it to the closest one I could find on the chart. And it's just finding those and it's releasing it, and it's all off of thought intent. That's why I said like the most important things are your beliefs, and like I just believe I can do this and I do it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's how it works. It's energy work. That's what energy work is. It's realizing that everything is energy, that my thoughts to do something is just as real as this phone sitting in front of me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I use thought intent. And so it's a lot of it is, someone comes to me, they've been having headaches. They won't go away. They tried this, they tried that. So then I do a session and we'll talk on the phone a little bit or text, however they want to do it. Sometimes people want to be on the phone the whole time, but it is some people that have been working with me for a while know that like a lot more gets done when they just tell me what's going on and I have an understanding, and then it's like they get off the phone and I do my work. I don't need to be physically in contact with someone to tap into their energy. Like that's not how energy works. It's like I just find out what's going on and I release it, and a lot of it is trapped emotions, but there's other things too that are contributing to that. There's, oh my gosh, EMF stuff. There's, heavy metal toxicity. There's toxins is a whole area. So that's what the body code is the body code is going into things beyond emotional energies, which that stuff comes up too, and it's important. But like the majority is emotional energy. So like, that's why detoxing from heavy metals, doing the parasite cleanses, like detoxing and cleaning out our bodies. It's like it's physical, it's emotional, it's spiritual, it's energetic, like it's all those things.
Yeah.
Did I answer your
Absolutely.
question? I don't remember
Yeah,
the question.
yeah, that was really cool too. Like, yeah, and okay, and let me see here. This one's from Willow, and yeah. Let me see
Hi,
here. She said,
Willow. Okay.
I'm not sure if she has a question. I'm gonna have to pull the.
Okay. Okay. Oh, he's gone. You're gone. All right, Willow. Well, if you have a specific question, feel free to put it in. Otherwise, I'm going to do general. So let's see. All those assisting Willow and her timeline. Looking for her good only. What is it that you want Willow to know? Let me see the message that you have, that they have for her. Clear. Understand. All right, Willow. There you are. Okay, so I'm doing general unless she put something else. I can't see the chat, so.
Okay, I'll bring it up if she responds.
All right, Willow. Oh my goodness, she got what you got, the Six of Cups. Okay, and she got another card that I really like. So Willow, you got, I talked about this at the beginning, Six of Cups, and this is, I almost feel like this means more of some kind of gift being given to you, but something looking to be healed, okay? Cups are emotions. That's what water cups are, that holds water, and water is emotional energy. It's needs to flow. It's being freely given here. And it looks like they're calling on you to take some kind of actions. Maybe you're feeling like there's something you need to be doing. There's some kind of, maybe in regards to healing, maybe there's some kind of actions that you need to be taking, because that's what Eight of Wands is. That's what wands are. Wands represent fire energy, needing to take action, physically do something, right? And especially Eight of Wands, it's like once you make the decision to do something, and sometimes there's a few things you need to try. It's not just making one decision. It's, I mean, look, there's several wands and they've gone so far. Like, it's like, I'm going to try all these things. I'm going to see what works. I'm going to see what sticks. And it looks like some kind of change is looking to be made that, I want to say in a good way, like you won't come back from, like it's going to change things on a level to where it's not going to be how it was, especially if it's some kind of healing. Maybe you're dealing with something that you're really looking to change, or some kind of gift or something that's going to make a significant change in your life, because the third card you have is the Ten of Pentacles. And I always think when I see this card of like generational wealth, or it could be something coming in for you, a family inheritance, or something that you need to take action on to be able to get here to where you are receiving. Is like everyone's receiving something, everyone wins, everyone. Yeah, well, I'm actually looking at the arch, so I'm reminded, because I've got this card not too long ago, quite a few times, and was reminded that you have to actually do something. Again, just like the Eight of Wands, it's like some decision. You're gonna have to make some decision. I mean, that's obvious from that card and this. Like, you may have to even give something up or do something differently. I almost want to say give something up, to be able to go through that arch. But there is something very good waiting for you. So, yeah, and then your hidden energy makes sense with that message that there's Seven of Pentacles. So we have the Pentacles again, and this is an energy of kind of like hidden opportunity, think of like hidden treasure, right? Like he looks like Indiana Jones. That's what I always think of when I see him. And it's like if he just can get out there and do some digging around, right? Do something physical, then he can get here to the Ten of Pentacles. So
Yeah.
So thank you, Willow. I hope that makes sense. I hope that helps you.
Let me see here. I'm just going through this. Oh, here we got one here. K41. She says, Rob, I would like a reading. She's over on
Okay.
Rumble.
Hey, Kay. Thank you for requesting a reading. All right. So, Kay. Was assisting Kay.
I was telling someone, and I was telling the chat, I bought a regular Coca-Cola for the first time today, and like literally, it's been maybe like honestly like 6 years. I
Are you
haven't
just
drank.
craving a Coke?
Yeah, because my friend had one the other day when he stopped over, and he was like, "Dude, he's like, this tasted so good." I was like, "I know." I was like, "It's so
Really?
bad
Did it
for you,"
taste
but
good to you? I've never liked Coke.
it was really good. I hate to say it, but
Really?
it really was. I mean, I know it's horrible for us, but it was really good.
Well, listen, we all have certain things we do that are like, you got to pick your poison, I guess. I mean, I doubt you're drinking Coca-Cola every day, so
Oh, it's
whatever,
literally been
you
like
had a
6
Coke,
years. Yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, I've had Diet Coke, but I haven't had a regular Coke in like
Well, I
I
think
mean,
Diet Coke is actually worse than
yeah, right. Yeah,
that
because the
the zero. Oh
aspartame.
my gosh, everything is zero now. I mean, I don't really drink soda. I've never
Yeah.
liked soda, so it's never been a thing for me. But like my kids, they'll want to drink, or just even like it's not a soda, it's like what's that Cascade brand, whatever. And they all
Yeah.
say zero, and I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like the
Yeah.
diet stuff, it's like it's probably even worse what they're putting in
Well,
there,
well,
you
and
know.
this is people aren't gonna like me for this. I drink this sometimes too. This is like a
Is
Starbucks
that the
energy drink.
Starbucks energy drink?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a zero, but it has sucralose in it. And I think sucralose might be just as bad as aspartame, or I don't
I
know.
had to take a Zip Fizz, which I
Well,
don't even know. They're like, oh, it's all made of vitamins. I'm like, really? So I take like this thing of vitamins, and I'm just like, whoo, all of a sudden I have this energy.
yeah.
Whatever.
What
We
do you
all know, right?
what's your go-to drink? Like if you like you a coffee person, a tea person, or
Well, gosh, I love Starbucks, but Starbucks is expensive. Their brown sugar
yeah.
shake and espresso. I mean, I was kind of got addicted to that for a little while, but it was super expensive. And then all the stuff came out about Starbucks. I mean, it's not like I really thought it was great for me, but
Yeah.
I don't drink soda. I mean, like occasionally, like, no, I would even say, I don't know. It's very rare that I would take an energy drink. It's like out of desperation. I have to. I have 4 kids. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, it, I have to have, sometimes my energy is just so depleted, and I had a baby. I'm 42 and I had a baby 2 years ago, a surprise baby.
Whoa, holy shit. Well, congratulations though, you know?
She's 2. Yeah, so met someone, fell in love, and did not think that we were going to be having a baby, but life happens.
Yeah,
So
I think I saw your husband on Facebook. I saw pictures of him. You guys look really good together and stuff, you know?
thanks. Yeah, he's my boyfriend. We are engaged. We're not married yet, but I mean, I'm so happy she's here, but that's life. It throws you a lot of surprises, but
Does
I
he have kids?
um
Does he have his
yeah.
own kid?
Yeah, he is an
Oh,
older kid. I have 3 other kids, and when I got divorced 4 years ago, I did so much work going to the gym, eating better, like just was really blessed to be able to. I mean, it was really hard on so many levels, but I was like given this little period of time, like 6 months to a year, where I was able to like really like focus on healing. Because it was a pretty big blow to me going through that. But I went to the gym and lost like, it wasn't just that I lost weight, it was like I got my strength back. It's just like, I actually think I really like a whole different aspect of me stepped in. So I'm very different than I was before. But I haven't gone to the gym since I had my baby, and I need to get back because I feel like, you want to talk about having energy and feeling better. You got,
that would be
like I can't just sit around and do energy work. Like I got to get out, I got to exercise. There's so many things, it can be overwhelming, all the things we need to do. But
yeah. I just want to ask this question. So Joanna Childs, you said you want to go to the festival in Edinburgh. Do you mean that Fly Open Air Festival? I see that on YouTube, like on the rave channel, on the channel
she in
Boiler Room.
Europe?
It's like, yeah, she's in Europe. She's yeah, like
Oh, know that.
I know of that because I used to be an old school raver, so I still follow like the music and
Really?
yeah, I used to go to raves back in the 90s.
That.
Like
Yeah.
I'm 46, like, I mean, like, but I mean, so I'm no spring chicken, but I mean, I don't feel 46 and I don't have a gray hair yet, or no, not
Yeah,
on wood.
there you go. It's all, it's your energy. I do think that energy work is going to can be the future is going to be like future medicine. Like it's gonna be what people go to heal. And like I feel like now you can look at people and it's like I don't know. I feel like people that are more self-aware of themselves, like on a deeper level and work on themselves, like I think it's like the fountain of youth. I do think energy work
Yeah.
is the fountain of youth. I don't like saying the word medicine with energy work. I feel like I have to be careful with that, but you guys know what I mean. Like,
Yeah. I was getting energy work for the longest time from my friend, and she was sending it to me like every night, because I was trying to heal my liver because I had like fatty liver. And I'll tell you what, like when she would give me like the energy healing every night, it really would like do like something like, I feel
oh
like
yeah,
the outer heals the inner, or something, or
yeah. So
I
did
can't.
you have you done any of the liver cleanses?
Yeah, I did. Matthew originally told me about that. I think it
Yeah.
was Matthew sent me the book by Andreas Moritz. I think it was him. Yeah,
Oh.
and like about the liver gallbladder flush,
Oh,
and
okay. Yeah.
like I did that once, and then I didn't get a lot of results, and then I tried it again, and did get a little bit of like stones, but like
Nice.
yeah,
I
like
did one a few years ago. I have it to do again. But after I did it, I bought one that Aurora had done and shared, and it was just like off Amazon. And oh my gosh, for me, it brought so much mental clarity. I wouldn't
yeah,
say that like anywhere else physically I really noticed anything, or it was just like my mind was so clear. I like that next day I finished this project. It was my website like that I'd been
yeah.
working on myself through Canva. I got on there, finished it, like it had been taking me weeks.
Wait, can you do a whole
So
websites through Canva? Is that I know you
yes.
can do a lot with Canva. That's where I make all my thumbnails and shit. Well, I
Yeah,
mean, I use yeah. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
yeah. Do you use the professional one or do you use the free version? You can do a lot on the free version.
I pay for it, but like so
Yeah,
because I
I
can
do
use it
too.
as a tax write-off,
So I think that you have to have the paid version to do the website. And so, yeah, I created mine on there
Well,
myself on Canva. I mean, it's very basic. I would like to in the future here soon,
wait, did we do
put
this
in.
one, the one that's on the screen? Did we do K41 already
I
or
think
no?
we did. I don't know. I was going to ask you. Maybe we
Oh,
didn't because I'm not remembering. Shoot.
okay.
Hey,
Can you tell us if we did the reading? Like, let me see.
we
I'll pull up
didn't.
the Rumble chat. I
Was it
think
Joanna the last one?
guys. Do you know?
No.
Do you know if we did
Shoot.
K just now, or did we do?
I feel embarrassed that we don't remember. Sorry, Kate. It's kind of like just do them and then
sorry, I go on
flies out
like
of my mind.
Well, Brooksy says, "What's the liver, gallbladder, flush, and valve?" Oh my god, a lot of going to the bathroom. I'll tell you that. I mean,
Well,
be
only on the
prepared.
last day though. I don't know what kind you did. The one I
Yeah.
did was like taking all these pills. Gosh, I wish I knew what it was called. It's on Amazon. If you find Joanna LeBlanc, find me on Facebook and send me a message. I'll share it with you. Um, but yeah, it was like I want to say almost a week thing, but like 7 days. But the first 4 to 5 days was taking all these pills, and then really it was like the last 2 days where you were like not really eating. You're taking these. It's almost like you fast, and then the
Yeah.
last day you take the what is it? The olive oil and the Epsom salts,
Yeah.
which basically then
And the
you're gonna be
lemon,
going to the
right?
bathroom
Isn't it
because it's
lemon
gonna be.
too? Is it,
Mine didn't have lemon. I don't think.
mine had some kind of citrus agent. I know that it was like either lemon or
Yeah.
citrus, like or something I had to add to it. But okay, so
Yeah.
Kay said no reading, so we're
Oh,
on her now.
okay. Sorry,
Okay.
Kay. Oh my gosh. Okay.
And
Hey.
then Colleen, I saw you donated. If you can hear me, if you're still watching, Colleen, like we'll get you next. Like so, and then the Angel Lori will be after that. I'll just go by the yeah.
Lori, what else did she want? Kate to know.
I was going back to the Coke thing. I think this is cool. Eric says, Rob, it's so funny. I had a Mexican Coke and awesome French fries last night. Came in old school thick glass bottles. I've never had a Mexican Coke. I heard they're pretty good.
I've seen them. I wonder if those are the ones that have like less ingredients. The Mexican ones. All right, Kay. All right. Ooh, you got the Empress is your first card. So the Empress is like the mother of the tarot, is how I like to think of her. Okay. Well, it's interesting because your hidden energy is the Two of Wands, and this is Two of Wands is very much about control. So, and that's very much the Empress. Like I talked about the Emperor before, so it's like he is the one in charge. Well, the Empress is that, and she is she's a creator. She is very abundant. I mean, she's here pregnant. She's creating life. She can be similar to the Emperor, where it's like she can kind of get stuck in doing things the same way and can kind of need to change it up. And so your next card, so I would say, first of all, you're definitely in some kind of energy of like you are in control of your life. Well, yeah, like he's holding the world. So you're in control of your life. You may not feel like it, but you are. You're the Empress. You're very abundant. She is the one in control. She's above the queens. You know, that's how I look at her. And the next card is the Chariot. So the Chariot to me is like a very lucky card. It's an energy of you being able to manifest something very quickly. So if there's something you're wanting to make happen, you can make it happen. But the key with this energy, you know, it's like this is a chariot. Think of something moving very quickly. So you can get somewhere that you want to be in whatever aspect of your life this applies to very quickly. But the key is that you have to really know what you want. You have to get both of, and it's a black and white horse. I'm not sure. I almost want to say, you mean it's yin yang. Something needs to come into union. Something has to be, whether that's just you knowing what you want, where you want to go. Maybe you're feeling at odds with yourself, not really sure which direction to go. So you've got to get clear on that. I mean, otherwise you may still get where you want to be. It's just maybe you won't get there quickly. Maybe you won't get there. I don't know. But it's like a lucky energy that's available to you. And then your last card is the Ace of Wands. And, you know, this is about an opportunity for a new cycle of anything pertaining to wands. So this can be anything you're creating in the physical world, you know, anything you're passionate about. It can be a relationship, it could be love, it could be, you know, sometimes we think the cups would come out for that, but I do think that sometimes this can be a relationship with someone. But it looks like, I mean, she's about creating too, so I would think there's something you're looking at wanting to create in your physical world, and that what's key to being able to do that is you knowing what you want, you realizing and taking control of your life and the decisions you make. He's also holding wands, and figuring out what it is you want to do, what actions you want to take. So, Kay, that was Kay, right? Thank you, Kay. I can't hear you.
Sorry, I had myself muted. Okay, the next person is Curious Colleen, then we have Angel Lori, and then whoever else would like a reading. Let me see here. And
hi, Curious. Is her name Colleen, you said?
Yeah, Curious Colleen, okay. Yeah.
Colleen. Is it Jason's birthday?
Yeah, it's Jason's birthday. I don't know if you wanted a reading or what. Like,
happy
Jason,
birthday,
if you want a reading.
Jason. Yeah, let me know if you want me to pull some cards for you. Happy birthday.
I actually donated to get him a reading last night. I was on Anchor Haven's chat, and Anchor Haven was doing readings, nice. And like, so I got him a reading. Readings.
She does
Yeah.
really well. I could even just pull one card for him at the end.
Yeah, we'll definitely pull a card from because it's his. I
Yeah,
think today's his actual birthday. Like,
nice,
yeah, like,
nice.
yeah.
All right, so Pauline, all of those assisting Pauline. Timeline.
Oh, check this out, Joanna. The angel Lori says, "Oh, Rob, try out Serene Herbs Soursop Bitters Detox. I wonder what that's all about. That sounds interesting."
Bitters. Well, something related to liver then, right? Right,
Yeah.
Lori? Yeah, because those are, yeah, so look that up, guys. Those that were curious, that's probably a good one too. She's got really good information, so I would definitely check that out. All right. What is it that you want Colleen to know? All right.
This is hilarious.
Here.
This is real quick. This is from Joanna Child. She says, "I ordered a 10-day detox from a certified health nut. It's taking ages to get here from America."
Oh,
Well, I hope it
goodness.
works out for you, you know?
Yeah, nice. That's awesome that you're doing it. Sorry, I didn't. I had to shuffle again because.
Sorry, I hope I didn't throw you off.
No, you're fine. No, I had to shuffle because I didn't shuffle enough and it was the same card on the bottom. All right. Pauline, right? Pauline. Okay. So, Pauline, we have another ace here. And aces, like I said before, is the opportunity. I would say with the pentacles coming out to maybe create a more stable timeline for yourself in regards to money. A lot of people see pentacles, they think of money, and a lot of times it's money. But it can just be, you know, anything in your physical world that you're looking to bring in for yourself. So the thing is, when you see an ace, and I probably should have said this with the last ace of wands we had, is you have to look at your past cycles. So you're going to want to look at in regards to money, in regards to, you know, maybe work and your career or whatever the pentacles is for you. What have you always done? Like, do you have like, you know, are you like, do you have a cycle of how you always do things? Is there anything you can do different? Because that's what the aces are asking. They're like, okay, do as much as you can differently this time, and you're going to be a lot more successful in that area. So I think Ace of Pentacles is a good card to get. It's a good opportunity. And then your next card is the King of Cups. So yeah, very interesting cards. I always want to talk to these people and get more information because I'm like, oh, this is so interesting. So something about a stable timeline. And I would say he is a pretty stable person. I mean, he's on a rock in the ocean, so he's not like really on land, but he is the King of Cups. He has amazing emotional depth. He came out before for someone else. He can be a little bit withdrawn, a little bit, you know, keeping his emotions to himself, not really sharing them. I want to say forlorn. I don't know if you've heard of that emotion. Yeah, a little bit standoffish. And so that's interesting because the next one you get is three of cups. And so I would say they're asking you to maybe step out of that energy where you're really, you know, maybe it's socially, maybe it's at work, I don't know, but somewhere in your life, maybe you're a little bit like this, kind of just off by yourself. And I think they're asking you simply to be more social, to go out, to spend time with other people, to kind of share those cups and just have a good time. So that's interesting. I don't know, this could be work people, this could be just friends, but somehow I feel like that is, maybe that's something maybe that's how you need to maybe that is what you need to do differently. Got tongue tied there. Is because remember, this is telling you do something differently, you know, than how you did it before. And then your hidden energy is actually the Four of Pentacles. And this is an energy of kind of like holding too tightly to something. And so it's Pentacles again. And maybe that's kind of like here where you're kind of not really wanting to do this, but if you do this, you'll get a little bit more of this. So there you
Okay.
go. I hope that helps. Thank you.
Let's see
All
here.
right. Was it Angel
Okay.
Lori that was
Yeah,
next?
Angel Lori, and then we'll do. I
All
guess we'll do
right.
Jason after that,
Yeah.
and then we have a super chat too from.
Oh,
If we could
nice.
just, and then
Yeah.
again, maybe we can call because we've been going about an hour. I don't want to
Sure.
take up too much of your
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
like,
No,
but
that's fine. Yeah. Let's
however long
do.
you want. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
uh,
Let's do that. And if another one pops up, we could, of course, do it. I
okay,
don't want
that's
to leave
cool.
anyone without a reading who wants a reading. So,
That's awesome. Yeah,
all
thank
right.
you.
So,
That's
did she
cool.
have a question or does she just want a general reading?
Let me see here what she said. I'm looking for her original message about the reading. Um, she says, if you have time, Joanna, I give permission for a general reading. She says.
Oh, nice. Good to see you on here. I follow
Angel
her on
Lori,
social media.
you want to hear something crazy? Like
Yeah.
Angel Lori was one of the first people ever to follow my channel, like ever. Like she was one of my
Really?
like on my old
That's
channel with
awesome.
20,000 subscribers. She was like, yeah, she liked my work so much she got me hooked up with her ex-boyfriend's like radio network. Like that I was on his name was
Oh,
Daryl.
that's
Like, yeah,
awesome.
like Lori's she's a long time TSP. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I can't. I'm so glad she hasn't been here in a while, so I'm glad she's back. You know, like it's
Yeah. No, it's good to see her on here. I follow her on social media. She did some readings, just I want to say on her Instagram, or I don't know, I'm sure she knows what I'm talking about. But she asked for some people she was practicing doing some readings, and she did one for me, and it was so spot on. I was like, wow, that was really good. It was amazing. It was very in depth. So she is amazing herself at
she
that.
is
Okay.
she and her dogs are
So
awesome. Yeah, you probably know about her dogs,
yes, I love
Thor
seeing
and
her
Zeus.
dogs. They're hilarious.
They are. They're characters. Like
They are. All right, the death card came out. So I'm going to start with that. I'm going to pull two more. But the death card, whenever it comes up, I have to say, actually, I just pulled this for like a collective reading just the other day for anyone that saw it on my Facebook. But the death card is one of my favorites because I feel like it has to do a lot with something ending, but it's almost like something even better beyond that. It's like something's ending, but it's opening up a door for something even greater that, you know, and it's kind of the energy of this is happening and, so I don't know, you'll know in your life where that applies, but interesting. You got the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. So you are someone that is very talented. You are, my goodness, you have these like inherent abilities. Yeah, that you were just born with, things you can do that no one else can do. And maybe sometimes it's a little hard to actually do something with that. Maybe sometimes you're not quite sure how to move forward. This is an energy of beginner's luck, by the way. So if there's something new, maybe something has ended and you're looking to start something new, maybe in your career, maybe, I want to say career. It can be another area in your life that you're looking to, create stability for yourself. Because pentacles are creating something in the world, money, think of things in the world that create security for you, things that grow. This is earth energy. But you also have the Knight of Pentacles. So both of these energies can be maybe a little stubborn, a little slow to act, a little slow to move. They're very well prepared, though. You do have everything you need. And if you do decide to move forward, you're going to do very well. And your hidden energy, if you're curious, is the High Priestess. So, maybe you're in like, I don't want to say a cycle. Maybe there's just like you're at a point in your life right now where things are going on and it's kind of like you're not sure what to do. You're not sure if you want to move forward in this certain way, but and it may be a little bit confusing. Sometimes the high priestess will bring something into our life or you're not quite sure what to do. And it's almost like testing your intuition. It can be, yeah, it's almost like a test where it's kind of like you get some kind of a psychic upgrade, I want to say, after. But yeah, I hope that that resonates with you. I hope that that helps you in some way. Thank you.
Oh, that was awesome. Hell yeah. And the next person is Jason. Let me see where he's at. He's usually in the chat. Like, I mean, I know he's here. He just doesn't comment
Birthday
anymore. Yeah,
Jason.
yeah. You know Jason, right? So like
Jason, yes, okay.
yeah.
I don't know if maybe we had another Jason. Okay. Jason, I hope you're enjoying your birthday. You know, as we get older, birthdays are not always what they used to be. So, but hopefully it's a good day for you. So, all right, I'll look at Jason. Jason, what is it that you want me to know today on his birthday?
I'm trying to find a comment of Jason's. Maybe he's Jason.
Oh,
if you're still
okay.
in the chat, put a.
It's okay. You don't have to bring it up.
Okay.
All right. Ooh, Jason, you got the sun. The sun is a very positive energy. Let me pull. Oh, okay. Okay, well, this came out on your birthday. This is celebration. This is having fun. But that's your third card. You got the sun, and then you got right next to it, you got the magician. So I feel like there's some area of your life. I want to say just like you've been working on yourself. There's some seeds you've been planting. You've been doing some work. And I kind of feel like the sun and the magician are here to say, you know, like, good job. You are transforming. You're choosing to engage in this energy because that's what the magician is. It's a choice to change something about yourself. And it's, yeah, this could even be like, it could even be something about your appearance, but I don't think it's just your appearance. It can be like you're changing on such a level that you're starting to look different. You're starting to feel different. It's like when you look in the mirror and you're like, wow, like I look different. You know, that the things I've been doing have been paying off. I'm not the same person that I was. This is a positive card, but you got to be careful sometimes not to go too hard. But yeah, I don't know. I think this is a really good reading. Your last card, like I said, is the Three of Cups. This is about celebration. So go out, celebrate. Maybe they're just bringing up, you know, today your birthday, and it's like maybe you're, you know, you look back at a year ago or a couple years ago, and you're like, I would say a year ago if it's your birthday, and you're like, you know what? I'm happy where I am. Like maybe you weren't in a horrible place a year ago, but maybe you could just be proud of where you are and celebrate and socialize. I think they're telling you definitely to go have fun on your birthday with this one. So your hidden energy is the Fool card, which, you know, there's a lot to go into with the Fool, but I would just say the Fool is kind of, you know, he's the character at the beginning of the journey through tarot. If you look at it like a story, he's at the beginning. He's someone with so much. It's like he can really do anything. He doesn't really realize it. So maybe you don't realize how much you're capable of. Yeah, he needs to make sure he's, you know, careful and aware of things, but it's an energy, you know, maybe you feel like you're starting something new in your life. You're on like some new journey to transform in some way. So anyways, happy birthday. I hope that makes sense and resonates for you.
Absolutely. We just have two more. We had one more person
Sure.
request me. So we have Little Cam and then we have Kimberly Bamford, and we'll cut it. We'll definitely cut it off there.
Okay. Little
But
Cam, right? Little Cam.
yeah, the interesting
Okay.
thing about Little Cam is he's like 21 or 22 or 23 years old, which is like you don't find that many people like that in our community.
I know,
Usually
we're
everybody's like our
really
age,
all old here. Yeah, in our 40s. Nice. Little Cam. Well, thank you for showing up. Let's pull for you, General. Oh my goodness, hold on. The card just slipped out of my hands. All right, so all those. Cam. Timeline. For his good memory. What message do you have for Cam? What do you want him to know right now? What Cam does he need to know? He wanted to know. Okay. All right. All right. You got the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is very fiery. Oh, a lot of court cards. A lot of people here. This is interesting. Okay. So I wonder if you're dealing with two people. Queen of Wands, to me, is very brave. She's very action oriented. She goes and she does the thing. She doesn't really care what people think. I mean, she's got a little bit of hidden shame sometimes, a little bit something that she might be a little bit ashamed about, but she's the person out there doing it that people are like, wow, you know. Some people are even appalled. She doesn't care though. She's very fiery. She's very beautiful. She's very strong. And then you have the Knight of Swords. So it's very interesting. You have very hot and you have very cold here. I don't say very cold. It's just he can be a little bit, he's protecting his heart. So he could be a little bit, you know, like someone that holds back. He can be very charismatic, you know, talks well, comes off very well. He's very brave also. These are two, in my opinion, very brave characters. But you have a queen and you have a king. So, yeah, he's very heroic. He's out there on the battlefield saving people. And then your third card is the Seven of Wands. So, interesting. Seven of Wands is maybe someone that feels a little bit defensive, like, am I going to have to, you know, there's all these wands pointing at me. Am I okay? Am I going to have to fight these people? They're not really sure. But and if this is you, you're on higher ground. You're someone who is legitimate in your abilities, in whatever it is that you are doing, right? Whatever he's doing with his wands, like, you're legit. No one can say you're not. So, yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. You have another court card. This is your hidden energy. So, if this is you, you know, you're someone, this can be you or someone else, but there's some kind of a hidden energy going on of someone who is very intuitive. They're very, you know, they can read everyone in the room. They know what's going on, very psychic, but they're kind of just gonna keep it to themselves and not say much. So, interesting reading. I hope that resonates.
No, these have
you.
been. I just want to tell you before we finish up. But we have one more. But like these were amazing, Joanna. Like I'll have you on.
Thank you.
I mean, I really enjoyed this. Like, you know, like you're really in depth with your readings and stuff.
Thank
so, like,
you so much. I appreciate that.
And our last one for the night, guys, is Kimberly Bamford. She says, Rob, I would love a general reading if there's time. And she says, thank you.
Okay, Kimberly. Okay. Who's assisting Kimberly on her timeline?
I like when we get psychic confirmations, and I like watching the psychics, like when they tap in. Like, you know, I love it. I know you can read the card, but it's so interesting to see like what you come up with. Like, you know what I mean? Like
I know
how you're getting your reads. You know?
Yeah, I feel like because of the intention I have when I'm pulling the cards, that I do pull the right cards. It's just, to me, it's a question of if I'm really interpreting the energy correctly. So that's kind of like the part where one card can kind of mean a different thing, for different person. That's like, I believe, what is referred to as scrying the energy. And so that's why I say, like, tarot to me fits in really well with energy work. Like, um, yeah. So, okay, Kimberly. Kimberly. Message you for Kimberly. Oh, Kimberly. Okay, so I wonder if there's some kind of conflict going on in your life right now, having to deal with you and other people, or maybe you're sitting there watching other people in your social group and your family. Maybe you're part of it, maybe you're not, fighting. But that's what Five of Wands is. It's some kind of argument, some kind of disagreement amongst people. So that's going on. But the next card they give you is kind of like an opposite energy. It's just silence. So maybe you're in conflict with other people and maybe now you're getting nothing, or maybe you're wanting answers, your people are wanting answers, and you're not going to get them now. You're not going to get, because these are swords, and swords is communication. And so, the swords are hung up. They're hung up in the tree. I wouldn't really even worry about trying to fix anything right now. But this card also means that it's just for a short period of time, which is interesting because it looks like a dead person in or is that what the old coffins look like? So it's like, I don't know, you would think that's a forever energy, but it's not. It means that, like, eventually communication is going to come in. Eventually you're going to hear from the other person or the people that you're dealing with. And I'm guessing that this has been difficult. Maybe the situation has or may continue to call on you to have strength to endure it, to deal with it, to have patience with it, to work through it. They're telling you do have the strength. So it's not telling you how things are going to come out, but rest assured, you are very much able to deal with whatever this conflict is. And so the hidden energy is the Emperor. So I don't know if someone is being really controlling in this situation, or maybe they're asking you to take control, but I would guess it's like someone is kind of like, this is contributing to this conflict that's going on. So sorry, whatever that is going on, but it'll eventually be dealt with. And well, this is the silence part, but eventually the silence is going to come to an end and it'll be dealt with and you will be able to handle whatever it is. So thanks, Kimberly. I hope that helps. Good luck with that situation.
Absolutely. Well, like I said, this was amazing. Like I know we only planned on
you.
doing an hour, and thanks for staying an extra 17 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, this was awesome. Like I think the audience really enjoyed it too,
Yeah, thanks guys. I love pulling tarot. I love tarot. I think it's an amazing tool for self-reflection. There's nothing better than like having something to kind of like compare ourselves to, like, okay, I'm like this character and this is what I could do to better my situation. Like, it's just, tarot's amazing and it's fun too. I think it's a lot of fun. So
yeah, it
yeah,
is.
thank you.
All right. Would you want to tell people where they can find you? And and I'll take this comment down. Let me see.
Yeah,
And
so
Kimberly, sorry, go ahead.
So my homemade website is Joanna Madlin. And basically that's going to take you to my email. So you can email me if you want a session, if you want a reading. I do private tarot readings, and, energy clearings. And I'm having a really, really good sale going on right now. It's really supposed to end today, but if anyone on the show wants to take advantage of it over the weekend, my energy clearing sessions are normally 85 and I'm doing, I think, 55. So if you've never experienced energy work, this is like, if you're nervous to do it, you could just text me. We could just talk on the phone. Like, this is a very good way to, kind of see what it's all about. And there's really nothing that we can't work on. But yeah, so you can also find me on Facebook. I'm on there all the time. You can message me and I will message right back. I'm Joanna LeBlanc on there. So on
All right.
Instagram and Facebook. So yeah.
This was awesome. Well, thank you so much,
Thanks,
Joanna. And thank
Rob.
you. Yeah, all right. Good night,
Yeah,
guys.
thanks,
I'll see you
everyone.
guys
Good
tomorrow.
night.